Hey guys, hello, welcome to Naveed for Speed. This car right behind me is the new Kia EV3, and today I'm going to be taking you around the exterior and showing you around the interior of the car as well. So let's get to it. The Kia EV3 is a front-wheel drive subcompact crossover SUV that could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.5 seconds or 7.7 seconds depending on which one you go for. This one is finished in pistachio green. I'm able to make this video thanks to DM Keith in Leeds, so be sure to check them out. Right, so here we are. This is the new Kia EV3, and there's plenty of stuff that I need to show you with this car, so let's get right to it. To begin with, I'll show you the front of the car. So right here you can see this new front face of the car. It's got this is the new digital tiger face of this car, and there's a few elements in here that are inspired by the Kia EV9 that's just over there. But I'll start by showing you the headlights here. So you can see the daylight running lights that run across there and down the side as well. So the side daylight running light, the sort of strip that you get down here, that's purely just for design. I mean, it does light up obviously, but it's purely just for design. The functional lights is this one that goes along the top, and it stretches all the way down to the side of the car over here, which works. It's quite functional as well, so, from a safety perspective, because if somebody is looking at the car from side on, if there's a car that pulls up beside you, they can see your lights. They can also see your indicators, so that works as the indicators as well. You've also got the headlights, main beam lights, which have these 2 rows of 6 over here, again similar to the Kia EV9. That's what they're inspired by. And at the front, the rest of the car, I mean, the face looks a little bit interesting, because this is obviously the unique tiger face of this car, and Kia have said that each car is going to get its own unique tiger face. But this one I think looks a bit Iron Man, if you will. It looks a little bit sort of robotic, and I think it actually looks quite good. Everything's a little bit more squared off. These headlights, again, I imagine that's inspired by the star map constellation system that you've got, that they have on all the other cars. But I'll take you around the side of the car now, because immediately you can see these wheels over here, which look quite aerodynamic, again quite similar in design to the Kia EV9. And then you've got the wheel arches, the squared off wheel arches on the side. You'll notice that there's not a lot of front overhang, and at the rear as well when I take you back there. And that's because with this being an electric car, Kia can move the wheelbase longer so that you get more interior space for the passengers, because you don't have to worry about where to put an engine. So that's really quite cool. Again, look at the side profile of the car. You can see how this basically is a smaller version of the Kia EV9, and how everything is inspired by that. You can see along the top all the way to the back, you've got a bit of a floating roofline effect going on. And then if you look closely here, you can see how this body works, how the air is streamlined to the back of the car along here, again similar to the Kia EV9, with a bit of a rear haunch, which adds a bit of design to the car to make it look a bit more powerful, which is really quite good. I think overall the side profile of this car is quite attractive. As we go towards the back of the car, let me show you, actually before we do, I'll show you these rear door handles, which are really cool. But we'll get into the inside of the car shortly. Let me show you the back of the car. So here is the back of the car, and first things first, you might have noticed that there is no windscreen wiper. So where is the windscreen wiper? Well, that's hidden away underneath the rear spoiler. This rear spoiler, quite large, and it is functional. It makes the whole car streamlined, so that's really quite good. Again, gives it that floating roofline effect from here as well, but it means that the windscreen wiper is hidden away, which is not only there to make the car look nicer, but it's also there because it means that when you first turn your windscreen wipers on, they're not dirty, and that first wipe is nice and clean. So I think it's a design, but it's also functional, which is really quite good. You'll also see these rear tail lights, which come in this sort of, again, the star map constellation design, which is similar to the Kia EV9. And then you've got the rear indicators over here in these strips. I think it looks really quite good. And overall, the back of the car, again, It looks really good. I think, I don't quote me on this, but I think the rear of the car is thinner than the front of the car because this car is very streamlined. It's supposed to be really aerodynamic. It's got, I think the coefficient of drag is around 0.26, so that's really quite good. Let's just open the electric tailgate by pressing this button here, because this is one of the plus points of this car, because in here this car has 460 liters of boot space, which is class leading. So of any car of this size, not just electric cars, this is you get loads of boot space. And right now this sort of boot floor is in its highest setting, so you don't get this sort of load lip over here. You can easily take things in and out of the car. But if I just pull this over here and pop it down here, now you can see, look how much room there is in the back there. You get so much more room in the back of this car. 460 liters, and you can fold the rear seats down, the 60-40 split. One thing you will notice is this parcel shelf has a little bit of gap here, but that's because this parcel shelf is European spec, it's not UK spec, so that the UK cars will come without a gap there, I'm being told, so that's really quite good. But yeah, overall I think the boot space is quite attractive when it comes to buying this car. Let me just take you around the other side of the car and we'll just get inside the car now, and I'll show you inside the car. So this is the interior of the Kia EV9. So there you have the steering wheel, the two 12.3-inch displays in front of you, and there's also a display in the middle which you can't necessarily see right now. Let me see if I can switch this on. Oh, there we go. There you can see the middle display here, which is for your climate control. 12.3-inch display there, 12.3-inch display here as well. Underneath you get some buttons for shortcuts, which are haptic feedback buttons as well, so you do get some feedback. Let me turn up that volume down using the buttons on the steering wheel, so you do still get tactile buttons on the steering wheel, which is really good. That wasn't planned. That actually scared me as well. But yeah, you get some tactile buttons on the steering wheel, and you also get some haptic feedback buttons over here, which give you, you don't have to press them that hard, which give you a bit of a vibration to let you know you press them. And then underneath you've got your climate control buttons. Again, we're really grateful that cars, they have this climate control buttons, because you don't want to be going through so many different settings in the car, so many different menus. I'll just move the keys out of the way, because you've got, let me show you down here, you've got some charging ports as well, 12-volt socket there as well, and down here you get some storage area. You got a wireless phone charger port over there, you got your cup holders all the way down here, which are really good, and then you got some more storage all the way under here as well. But you might have noticed next to the driver, well, in between the driver and the passenger, you have this center console. And you'll notice there's no storage here, because all the storage is down there. So what is this? This is a table which you can sort of pull out, and you can use it to put stuff on as well. So for example, if you're waiting for the car to be charged, if you're wanting to have something to eat, you can use this, and then you can just pop it away when you're driving. That's really quite convenient. Talking about when you are charging the car, you can also watch Netflix on this car now as well, so that's really quite convenient. But overall, I quite like this interior cabin. You've got all this material, sort of leather material. I'm being told 30% of this car is recycled material, so it is really sustainable, and that's really quite good. I like the design of everything around here. So it's look at these squared off sort of door handles. I don't know if you can see them there. That's really quite good. Plastics around here, but you get some fabric as well. I think yeah, there's a mix of materials, but overall I think with the quality of the interior, the car is good value. Let me show you the back, and let me show you the passenger side, because normally I'd expect on the Kia EV9 you have a button here where you can actually adjust the passenger seats, but you don't get that here. But you still get the same quality of seats. You'll notice you've got the same materials of seats in the Kia EV9. Now if you haven't seen my Kia EV9 video, click the link up. I'll put it in one of these corners. I don't know which corner it is, but make sure you go and watch that video. But yeah, let me show you the rear passenger space. So very quickly, you've got a 12-volt socket down here, not a 12-volt socket, sorry, a 3-pin socket down here. I'm not sure if you can see it really well in the video, but the rear cabin space looks plentiful as well. I mean, that's the sort of legroom that you get in the rear cabin space, and you got to bear in mind that this front seat hasn't been moved forward. You got a flat floor at the back, so there's plenty of luggage space. In terms of batteries, you can get the Kia EV3 with an entry-level 58.3 kilowatt-hour battery, which has a range of around 267 miles. Or you can get the 81.4 kilowatt-hour battery, I believe it is. It's around 81 kilowatt-hour battery, which will give you 372 miles of range. So there's a decent amount of range, and I'm being told that there is, yes, you can see it right here. This is where it tells you how much range you have left, and at the top it tells you what's the maximum amount of range. So if you're driving the car economically, what sort of range you can expect, and then underneath it gives you a figure if you drive the car less economically, what sort of figure you can expect. So it gives you a sort of guideline as to, well, if you drive the car fast, what sort of figure you'll get, and if you drive the car slowly or economically, what sort of figure you'll get. So I think that's really good. There's some of the things that they've thought about with this car when it comes to the design are actually really quite convenient. Now let me tell you the price. So this car starts at £32,995,000, and the very top spec, I think it comes in at just over £43,000. So yeah, it's really good. But overall, I think what they've done is they've executed everything really well, put it together nicely, and I think currently this is going to be an interesting car to test. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.